Do you want to know how I got myself a job in the UK? The documents I used in getting a job in the UK? This video is for you. Don't skip a part. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, do well to subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, thanks for always sticking around. And for my subscribers, I love you guys. So in today's video, I don't want to waste too much time because I think it's going to be a very long video, but a very educative one as well. So guys, this video is about how I got my job in the UK and the documents I used in applying for a job in the UK. So fasten your seatbelts, grab your popcorn. I don't know where I want to take you guys, but I'm sure I want to take you guys to the UK. So because I want this video to be a brief one, I would be dividing this video into parts. So the first part is the link I used, how I got the link, and how I applied for the job, while the other one would be the documents I used in applying for this job. So guys, sometime around January this year, a friend of mine sent me on WhatsApp that UK is recruiting healthcare workers who they would sponsor to the UK to come to the UK and work. So I went through the link because I wasn't so sure of this whole thing. I went through the link. I discussed with my sister who was already in the UK. So I asked her about it and she said, oh, that she really doesn't know much about that. Then some days after that, my sister sent me a link as well. So same link that my friend sent to me. She was like, I think UK is recruiting people, but she doesn't know how it works and she's going to look into it, and also I should go through the link. So I told her yes, that someone already sent me the link, but I really don't know. Remember, this was around January. So fast forward to February, I started going through some YouTubers who were talking about healthcare agencies that were currently recruiting healthcare workers from all over the country, overseas, international. So I started going through it, and my sister too started sending me links. So there was a particular YouTuber she always sends me link from. So I subscribed to the YouTuber's channel, started going through her videos. So each time she uploads any link, I would apply to the link. I think I did about 6 applications the first time, and one got back to me. I started seeing, unfortunately, guys, the truth is, I am talking out of experience now. If you're applying for this healthcare job, you're going to get a lot of unfortunately's, but it shouldn't discourage you. So whenever you get an unfortunately this, unfortunately that, what I would urge you to do is go online, check out UK CV standards for healthcare assistants. Also go through these healthcare agencies, try and see what they really want, then upgrade your CV and keep applying. That is just the goal there. Keep upgrading your CV and keep applying. We'll talk about upgrading CV, what to use to upgrade your CV later on. So I applied to about 6 of these agencies and some replied with unfortunately this, unfortunately that. One gave me a positive reply, at least I'll call it positive, because they said they would get back to me. So I was waiting. Then a sister's friend sent my sister a particular link and asked me to apply. So I did, using the link she sent. Then they said they would get back to me. So now I had 2 agencies that were going to get back to me. I started being positive about that. I would be sincere to you guys, I didn't apply to more again until March. So around March, started applying. I don't know, I felt maybe it's taking a while and I've not heard from these people. So I started again. I don't know what happened to me. I felt I just started being tired about the whole thing. Then I started seeing people who said they've applied to about 50 of these agencies and they've not gotten a reply. So I think it's gingered me, if that makes sense. So it's motivated me to apply for more jobs. On a fateful day, I can't remember exactly, but sometime in March, I got a reply from one of those agencies stating that they would like to book an interview with me. So they gave me a date and all that, but I saw that mail very late at night. So what I did was, in the morning, I called my sister, started asking her for questions, what to expect in a healthcare interview. So she told me throughout, just for a few hours, I started reading, browsing online, looking up for what probable questions that these agencies might ask me, or these organizations might ask. So until 2, my interview was scheduled for 2. Then I think London had same time with Nigeria. So they gave me 2 o'clock London time for the interview. Around 2 o'clock, I was nervous. I'll tell you guys, I was really very nervous, but I had the interview. After the interview, I spoke with my sister. My sister said I shouldn't panic. That from what I answered, at least I did well. So I was waiting for them to give me a reply. Guys, that minute, it wasn't funny. I would be with my mom and my mind wouldn't even be there, until at a point my mom asked me, what is wrong with you? I told her, Mommy, these people have not gotten back to me. I am still waiting. She was like, okay, you've never failed at anything you do. I should brag about that. So she was like, you've never failed and you wouldn't start now to fail. So I held on to her words. I prayed about it. Then they were supposed to get back to me after 1 week from what they said. But guys, these people got back to me after, because I was really counting, a week and 2 days or 3 days. I think it was supposed to be 1 week because they counted off Saturdays and Sundays. So I think it's actually 1 week. So that was when they got back to me. I got email from them that I have been I can't remember the English. In fact, guys, I'm just excited again. So I think I didn't celebrate that much because the stress and all that. And now I'm feeling like I want to celebrate it. So they got back to me via mail, said that I was selected and all that I've been given a conditional job offer. So from there, because remember guys, it's a conditional job offer, so it's subject to conditions. So what are these conditions? These conditions is what I will discuss in the other part of my video, because these are the documents that they will be needing before you would get a visa. But before my interview, I was asked if I had a passport. Of course I had a passport. If you're making plans of leaving your country, I don't know wherever you are, but if you're making plans of leaving your country, guys, just get a passport at hand. Have your passport. I know you can have there are ways you can get your passport in a fast means. That was how I got mine though. I don't know what they call it, but I got the day I applied. That was the day I got, but I already had my passport a long time ago. So I got it the day I applied for it, the day I went for every other thing that goes with it. So I got it same day. It's usually more expensive if you want to gain it that way. I'm talking about Nigeria now. If you don't want to get it as fast as it is, you would have to apply, then do your biometrics and all of that. Then you get it, I think 3 months. 3 months, within 3 months. So if you're making plans of leaving, I don't want to be repeating myself. Of course, you would have your passport. So they asked me if I had a passport, if I had my TB test, if I had my Ielts, and I told them I just had passports. I just had my passport, but I could get all those things if I get the job. They were like, that's cool and that's fine. At the end of this video, guys, I am going to drop the name of the YouTuber who sent my sister the link which I used in applying for this job. Yes, I already discussed with her and she's cool with that. Then I'm also going to drop my sister's YouTube name. You can search up for her if you feel these guys have been in the UK before me. If you feel there are things you want to ask them, you can follow them on their social media handles, and if there are private questions, you can ask them. I bet you they are ready to answer you at any time. Although they are nurses and I know how busy it can be, but believe me guys, they are going to answer you. Now, this is the other part of the video that I am going to be discussing. So, I have gotten this conditional job offer. So, what are the conditions that I need to meet before it will be a complete job offer that is not subject to conditions? Now, I'll be needing some documents. Because I've talked about the passport already, the next document that I'm going to talk about is your Ielts. Ielts is an English testing certificate. Yeah, I'm just trying to explain it in my own understanding. So Ielts is usually what they're going to use and understand that you can communicate in English language. So so they don't bring you here and you cannot communicate properly. I mean, how can you be doing a job and you cannot communicate properly? But I will still say one thing about this communication thing, whether with your Ielts whatever, or with your, I think some people write piercing tests. I don't know if I'm getting it correctly, but because I'm talking out of experience, I wrote Ielts. Some other people might have written other things. Also, if you don't want to, if you're a university graduate and you don't want to write Ielts, I heard you can also get through the gov.uk, maybe UK government, send something to them, send your certificates to them. Yes, your BA or BSc certificates. They call it NARIC. So they are going to send you an Ielts equivalent, which you're going to use and apply for visa. Now, guys, this might be tricky. Why I'm a university graduate, but why I didn't do that was I had my statement of results. What I think they require is your certificates. I've not gotten my certificates yet because of the ongoing strike. So I've not gotten my certificate. So I just had my statement of results. I wasn't sure if that's what they need, and it's not free. You have to pay. And it's almost same thing you pay for writing your Ielts. So why wouldn't I write Ielts? That was why I wrote Ielts. And Ielts, they just need a band 4. If you're going through this healthcare worker visa, you're just required to write band 4, not like nurses or the Ielts academics that might require a higher band of 7, 8, I don't know. But this one requires a band 4. Come on, you've been in primary school and they've taught you guys in English, secondary school, university level, and even if you're not up to a graduate level, I'm sure you can write a band 4. I'm very sure you can write that. So I went just for my Ielts. People talk about how difficult it is, but believe me, the Ielts General is what you need to write. I wrote Ielts General for UKVI. It's not really so hard. And come on, you need a band 4. So it's not really as hard as people describe it. But Ielts Academics, people have always said that it's very, very, very tough. So I don't know. I have never written Ielts Academics before. So I'm talking out of the one I wrote. So I was saying something about the Ielts test. Whether you write it or you did not write it, believe me, sometimes you're going to find it hard to really communicate with these people here. They speak so fast most times, but I mean, so long as you understand English, you can pick few words or at least tell them to come again. No, don't use come again, pardon. So that they would maybe repeat, or you can tell them to speak slowly or slower so that you can hear them. There is no harm in that. I mean, your we are Africans. I am from African continent, so I can't beat myself that I don't speak so fast. So guys, the third thing I'm going to be talking about is your relevant certificates. Now, do you know why this thing is important now? It's becoming very competitive and you really need to build up your CV to beat the next competitor. Sincerely, I didn't do this certificate thing. It was when I got the offer and I sensed that it might be relevant. So I started doing some online training because I just felt it's going to help me out. And the link I used was Florence Academy. Florence Academy is free, unlike some other sites where you have to pay some pounds or some dollars before you acquire these certificates. So I used Florence Academy and I've gotten some certificates from them. The thing is, I never used this certificate thing, but because it's competitive, you don't know what the next person who is applying for this job has. So you need to try to make your CV to beat the other competitors. It's becoming highly competitive. Thousands or even millions of people are trying to apply for these healthcare jobs. And if you don't make your certificates up to standard, I guess I don't need to explain much because you already understand that your chances of getting is high when your certificate is well upgraded. Yes. Also, what's the point of paying to acquire certificates where there are recognized sites where you can get these certificates free of charge? My instructor or my teacher during my training said the certificates from Florence Academy is very recognized. Imagine my colleague saying that she paid a lot. I really can't remember the figure, but she said she really paid a lot to get some of these certificates. And I'm saying, what if she didn't get the job and you paid all these you paid to get all these certificates, whereas there are sites you can get them free of charge? I really don't know, Sha, but some people want to pay to get it. So I'm trying to put it out that it's not about paying. Some will tell you that what's it called, that when you pay, you have chances. Certificate is certificate so long as it's recognized. So don't allow people to tell you that because you pay to get a particular certificate, it has now made it it has given it more how will I say it, relevancy than the other certificate you acquired from free sites. So put that aside. So guys, with these three things I've mentioned plus your CV, I think it's a good start for you to start your applications now. So why I mentioned these three things is because Ielts expires in 2 years, sorry. And before 2 years, you would have figured out what to use the Ielts results that you wrote. You would have figured out what to do with it. Yes, these three things are really, I think, what you need at the first stage of application. Don't rush to acquire other documents that I will mention in this. I would prefer you to get that when you have gotten a job offer. So guys, the most important document is your certificate of sponsorship, what they usually call course. So this certificate of sponsorship is what your employer gives you. That's what you use to apply for your visa. Some people talk about a certificate of sponsorship being issued after 3 months, 2 months, a month. Mine wasn't up to 2 weeks. I think mine was a week plus some days. So I really don't know. But that course is really very important. So after your job offer, they would issue you the certificate of sponsorship, and then every other document that you attach it to it and head for your biometrics. The next certificate I am going to talk about is your TB test. Yes, for visa application, you would be needing your tuberculosis test, medical clearance certificate. So the medical clearance certificate or the TB test lasts for, I think, 6 months. So imagine if you get this certificate and God forbid you don't get a job. by 6 months, and it's not something that is 10 kobo that you would just get it, and even if it expires, I'll get another one. These are for visa application. So that's why I'm saying that the previous 3 things I mentioned is really the most relevant ones at the first stage of your application. So with those 3 things, get on links, get on sites that are currently recruiting, bombard them with your application, bombard them with your CVs and all that. So that's that. So when you now get an offer, when you must have had your interview and gotten an offer, you can go for these other certificates. So I mentioned already your TB test. The second one I would like to talk about is your police clearance report, or DBS check. That one also expires. I think you have to use it within 3 months of acquiring it. So you can imagine getting all these things. So some people will just come out and tell you, get all these documents, get all these documents. The truth is that some of them expires, and by the time you might start going through the whole application process, getting a job offer and all that, some of them might expire and you have to do another one. So the police clearance, that should be within the second stage, that is before visa application. You can get that one while you've gotten a job offer. That one is a necessity for visa application, yes. So normally what this DBS check is all about is whether you've been convicted, whether you've served a sentence, or I don't know, I think I've said it, or whether you've been convicted, you've had a crime that you committed in the country where you've lived. And I think you have to get it in a country that you've lived for 12 months, I think so, or thereabout. So it's all about whether you've had police matter, serious police case. So it's not the one that you just come to counter, drop this thing. No, it's not that one. Serious police case. That is it. Guys, another document that you'll be needing is your COVID vaccine card. So this card is just a proof that you've been fully vaccinated, stating the dates you took your first dose and your second dose. I think because of the COVID pandemic and all that, they want you to be fully vaccinated before you get in. So that's the, and you're going to be working with people under health and all that, so under the health sector, guys. So I think you need to at least be, I've been grounded, yes, now. So you have to be vaccinated. I don't know if they require this from people who are always traveling, but I'm just speaking for myself. I submitted my COVID vaccine card. The last document I'm going to be talking about in this video is your proof of fund, which you need to get from your bank. Yes, so this proof of fund is, you're going to be having about £1,270. That's what you're going to have in your account. And it's, I will tell you, this proof of fund thing, once you've gotten a job offer, if you don't have that amount, find a way and pay it into your account, because as you're doing other things, your days are counting. So you wouldn't have to wait for an extra 31 days before you would you would apply for your visa. So they will usually tell you that this £1,270 have to be in your account within in 28 days a row. Yes, it has to be in your account 28 days in a row and within 31 days of visa application. So that's roughly like 1 month. So once you've gotten a job offer, if you don't have the money, you mustn't have the money. That is the truth about it. You can find a way around it. If you want to borrow, you can borrow, put it into your account. You guys, there is a way around it. Yes, so you can tell them that they should pay in some money so that it will just be counting. At the end, when you're ready, you just wait till you get to the UK first. You can carry the money and pay back to the person that gave you the money in your account. Yes. So guys, yes, I don't want to talk too much here, but you're going to always find a way around it. I'm just trying to tell you guys that it mustn't be your money. You mustn't mean that before you get to the UK, you can always find a way around it. So nothing should discourage you. If you're applying now, keep applying, no matter the number of, unfortunately. Okay, so I didn't even tell you guys about the second offer I got. So I got a second offer, but they wanted someone who can drive, and yeah, they wanted someone who can drive, and they needed a driver's license. So I should mail them my driver's license. So because I've started with the first application, I was already stressed out that period. I was doing a lot. I think I'm going to make a video on the exact cost, because I've been getting questions on how much did I spend coming here. So that period, I really didn't have much in my account, and I was being stressed out. You can imagine when you don't have money and you're spending. Let me just put it this way, and you're always spending. So that's it. I was really having a very difficult time then. So I didn't want a second palaver. I was driving, yes, but I've not I didn't have a driver's license. Yeah. I didn't have a driver's license, so that's that. So I didn't want extra stress, and I was already certain that the first offer that I got is I'm already pushing it, so I didn't want a second stress. So guys, no matter how easy it may seem to look, the truth is that it's not easy. And I know how it is to apply to a particular agency or to a particular recruiting company, and they did not respond to you, or you're getting unfortunately this, unfortunately that, your CV did not match, your this one did not do. I know how discouraging and frustrating it can be. So I'm trying to tell you guys not to ever give up. I mean, it's worth it. It's worth it. Once you come in here, you start your training, that's for another video though. I'm just going to keep you guys updated in every part of this journey. Yes, I'm going to keep you guys updated. So don't ever give up. Even if you get 100 unfortunately, the 101 might be fortunately. Yes, it might be your CV matched this, matched that. Yes, it might be we are interested in your CV and would want to give you or to have you take an interview with us. So you never can tell. Don't ever give up. I mean, it's worth it. Everything is worth it. Just keep trying hard. So yes, I promised you guys I was going to drop the name of the YouTuber's channel that I used her link. She sent my sister the link that I used in applying, and the organization I'm currently working with is the link she sent, and I applied to the organization, and yes, I got myself a job. So I'm going to leave her name there. Her name is Cynthia Oloma. Most times she does short videos that she uploads talking about recruitment agencies that are currently recruiting, and because I used hers, I think she makes proper research before she put out links up there. Yes, because sometimes the link you get online might not even be recruiting from overseas. They are just looking for people already in the UK. So I think she does her research very well. And some other times she already talked about a particular organization that was also recruiting, but they needed people that were driving, and I was so sure of that. Also, I'm going to leave my sister's channel up here, so that if you have any questions pertaining to she was really very helpful. She gave me some questions, and believe me guys, all the questions my sister, in fact almost all the questions that she gave me, that was what I was being asked. Apart from a particular question, which yes, I'll put it up there, and I couldn't answer that question. So she felt so bad about it, because she wanted to tell me about that, but she felt it was just for nurses and not for healthcare workers. So they asked me a question pertaining to the 6 components of care, and I was able to just get 2. I didn't get the 6. So she felt so bad about it, as she wanted to tell me that, but because she felt it was not necessary. So if you have questions to ask her, because these people have been there, or to ask them rather, because these people have been there before me, I am speaking out of experience. There are people, these are people that you can chat up at any time and they might come true for you. So guys, we've come to the end of this video, and if you've not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to this channel. Share this link to people who are interested in Jaba. Only Nigerians might understand. So guys, please subscribe to this channel, like, turn on your notification bell, because I am going to be sharing every bit of my journey as a healthcare assistant in the UK to you guys.